The fact that the mobile deceased retained their primal instincts make them ideal recruitment for the service industry.
10. Using zombies to stimulate the economy. Shaun of the Dead.
It's not something I would expect as a newscaster to ever have to say on air. Removing the head or destroying the brain. Incredible.
After the British Army contains the zombie outbreak, the country is left with a surplus of shambling creatures. Instead of dispatching them, the government decides to use the remaining members of the horde to benefit the economy.
The fact that the mobile deceased retained their primal instincts make them ideal recruitment for the service industry.
A bunch of zombies are placed into blue-collar positions. Another group of the moaning creatures is featured on reality TV and game shows. The title character Shaun even plays video games with a zombified former roommate. Since the creatures don't need money, a lot of business owners are likely saving a fortune by hiring the horde.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
This plan should go off without a hitch, unless the zombies get together and unionize. Number 9. Turning buses into tanks. Dawn of the Dead.
How far's the marina?
Oh my God. You're serious?
I think it's a damn good idea.
The heroes of this zombie film spend most of the runtime safe from the hungry horde by hunkering down in a mall. Before they decide to make their way to a getaway boat on the docks, they spend some valuable time reinforcing 2 buses. They make the exteriors virtually indestructible by adding steel, barbed wire, and big plows to the fronts. Then they load up the interiors with a good selection of weapons and some explosive propane tanks.
So when those things are on the side of the bus, this will get them off. Cool, huh?
The buses are able to take a lot of punishment while cutting a path through the horde. Honestly, the survivors might have been better off staying inside their tricked-out buses instead of hopping on a boat to the unknown. Just saying.
Yeah. I think I'll just stay here a while. Enjoy the sunrise.
Number 8. Preparing an SOS sign. 28 days later.
There's no government, no police, no army, no TV, no radio, no electricity.
Surviving the hellish world of 28 days later is a near impossible task. However, Jim, Selena, and Hannah manage to overcome rage-infected humans, corrupt soldiers, and the harsh elements to find a safe haven. When Hannah hears a plane approaching their cottage, the group executes a rescue plan.
It's coming!
They quickly unfurl a huge SOS made out of curtains that spells out the word hello. It was already pretty smart of them to have a pre-prepared message ready to go, but the incredibly efficient way that they laid it out suggests that they'd spent some time practicing it. Let's just hope they had the pilot at hello, and he swung around to pick them up.
Do you think he saw us this time?
Number 7. Trapping the infected inside an apartment building. Wreck. Some smart decisions come at a high cost. The protagonists of 2007's Wreck had to learn this lesson in the worst way. After firefighters get a call about someone trapped in an apartment building, they try to assist. Unfortunately, the woman they try to save is infected with a rabies-like virus and attacks them. When everyone tries to leave the woman behind in this building, they learn officials have locked them in. This cruel decision contains the virus in one place. While this choice wisely helps prevent a potential outbreak, the people left inside the apartment building are trapped with the monsters they can't escape.
Ven aquí, no te separes.
Number 6. Giving Julie zombie camouflage. Warm bodies.
I don't want to be this way. I'm lonely. I'm lost. I mean, I'm literally lost. I've never been in this part of the airport before.
Although R is a zombie, his heart still seems to be working just fine. When he first laid eyes on Julie, he stopped trying to munch on humans just so he can see her face. And after he snacks on the brains of Julie's boyfriend, he decides to protect her from the rest of the horde. He transfers some of his own blood to her face to cover up her human smell. This allows Julie to camouflage among the zombies until R can take her to a safe place. It's pretty impressive thinking for a creature whose brains technically shouldn't work. Not only does R's camouflage plan save Julie's life, but it helps prove that zombies can show humanity. Aw.
Why me? Why did you save me?
Number 5. Creating rules for the zombie apocalypse. The Zombieland franchise.
I survive because I play it safe and follow the rules. My rules.
One of the best running gags in this comedy horror franchise is the slowly growing list of rules for survival. The cautious Columbus creates and closely follows a set of guidelines to keep him safe in this dangerous world. He recommends that survivors should check that bathrooms are safe, to always wear seatbelts, get some cardio in, and so much more. His vital survival tips help save lives on numerous occasions. And although Columbus seems uptight, he's willing to modify his rules as he gains more experience in the world.
And it had to be Wichita for me to finally understand that some rules are made to be broken.
Admittedly, he's not the only survivor to come up with a set of guidelines.
Commandments?
Yeah, just sort of guidelines for staying alive. I've got loads of them.
But seeing as Columbus is still alive at the end of the sequel, we'd bet our money on his rules. Number 4. Taking advantage of dull zombie senses. Train to Busan. In Train to Busan, the zombies only attack what they can hear or see. The survivors take advantage of the horde's poor senses in a bunch of clever ways. They cover up the windows between train cars with newspapers so that the zombies don't see them and try to break through. A few heroes also wait for tunnels to cover the train in darkness before moving. And when survivors are out of sight, they distract the reanimated goons with sound. Unfortunately, most of the passengers never make it off the train, but there would have been no survivors at all if the humans didn't come up with so many smart ways to get around the zombies' dull senses. Number 3. Pretending the outbreak is a game. Little Monsters.
Just keep driving!
Yes! Radio!
A slacker musician named Dave and a brilliant teacher named Caroline are chaperoning a children's field trip when a small zombie outbreak starts. After a performer prevents them from seeking shelter in a gift shop, Dave wisely breaks into the building from the top to let the kids in. But it's Miss Caroline that has the movie's smartest idea. When zombies first surround the class, she tells her students it's all just a game.
Who remembers how to play tag? Good. Well, those funny-looking people out there are it.
How do I go backwards?
And we don't want to let the funny people touch us. Look, isn't she good at it?
This clever strategy allows her to keep the kids calm while telling them exactly what they need to do to survive each phase of the outbreak.
Okay, sit down now. Good boy.
Miss Caroline's strategic white lie ensures every one of her students sees their parents again. Number 2. Making excellent use of a drone. Alive. If protagonist Oh Jun-woo invested his money in a PlayStation 4 instead of a drone, he wouldn't have survived this movie. After he gets trapped in his apartment during a zombie apocalypse, the small aircraft becomes his best resource. Jun-woo uses the drone to get his phone high enough to get reception. When he's on the brink of starvation, he establishes a direct food line to his ally Kim's apartment by flying a string into her apartment. Jun-woo even uses it to distract a zombie from munching on an unconscious Kim. Even though the drone is wrecked before the climax, Jun-woo's still rescued at the film's conclusion. Why? Because he was also smart enough to post his address and an SOS on social media. Before we reanimate our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Boarding up the hideout, Night of the Living Dead. He makes sure the horde can't get inside.
Now, I'm going to board up the windows and the doors. Do you understand? We'll be all right here. We'll be all right here until someone comes to rescue us.
Keeping the existence of a zombie serum secret, Overlord. Boyce makes sure no one else will go looking for it.
If there's anything down there, it's worth us digging through all that rubble. You'd let us know, right?
Number 1. Injecting deadly diseases to become invisible, World War Z.
Jerry, where are you?
On the last flight out. Listen, my phone is dying. I need some quick intel. You gotta locate the closest medical research facility, a CDC, a WHO, something that makes vaccine.
Jerry Lane's insane observation skills might make him the most intelligent person to ever appear in a zombie film. After observing how long it takes for people to turn, he removes a lieutenant's bitten hand before she becomes zombified. But that isn't Jerry's best observation. He notices that zombies avoid people with terminal illnesses.
I have witnessed him literally bypass people. Walk right around him like a river around a rock. Why? I think because those people were sick.
After injecting himself with a deadly disease, he becomes virtually invisible to the hordes of the walking, or in this case, running dead. Jerry's discovery is spread across the world. While some people just camouflage and avoid fights, other people use their invisibility to strike back against the zombies.
The initial test of the so-called camouflage have been largely successful.
Jerry's brilliant idea may have given humanity the edge it needed to win World War Z.
Be prepared for anything. Our war has just...
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.